There are 6 important points that I will list for you to adopt, which will enable you to make a successful request. Point number 1, gather all the pertinent facts that are needed to make the request. Your facts should be relative to the product or service as well as to the needs of your client. Do all the background work necessary and feasible. You must have relevant reasons for making your request. All the requests that you make should be done in a manner that makes action on the part of the client necessary. When you have done your work properly, your request will be valued, honored, appreciated, and accepted. Always have a preliminary conversation to determine all the important facts. Point number 2, be courageous enough to back down on what is not working. It usually takes making more than one request for it to be accepted by your client. If your initial request does not provide the intended result, then take a step back and evaluate what you need to do to adjust. You may need to make a step-by-step evaluation of your procedures to determine why your request failed. Do not lay blame on yourself, your client, or anyone else that may be involved in the process. This will only compound the process and may inject a negative energy that will sabotage your request. Make an effort to work together with your client to attain your objective. Point number 3, consider what can be changed to make your request workable. There may be something you can do to facilitate the positive outcome of your request. Maybe you can adjust the cost of the proposal for one thing. Sometimes a client has set a budget for the product or service that they are looking for. They may have decided that $10,000 is the maximum they will go. You, on the other hand, might be asking for $10,500 for your service or product, and you stick out for that additional amount that the client and hope that the client will move up just another $500. Your mindset may be that you are worth it, but from the point of view of the client, maybe you should meet their price point. If you have accounted for the appropriate cost and expenses in your offer, why not make the decision to accept a little less profit and save the day by coming in at maybe $9,500 or $9,800? You might be pleasantly surprised at the positive result of any price adjustment that you might make. There may also be a need to adjust the time element of the request. If your client wants the product or service before or after a certain date, then it is up to you to make that adjustment. Always take the high road. Be adaptable and amenable to the possibility of making adjustments to your request on your path to the success of your business. Point number 4, what is the impact of your request upon all the people involved? Every powerful request will have an impact on the parties involved. Your aim is to give that request the most positive impact that you can make. But consider the impact on your client. Will it make your client benefit substantially from the request? Will your client be better off or worse off? Will the client be advantaged or disadvantaged? Will your employees end up being better off because of your request? Are there family members to take into account? How will they react? Point number 5, what is the level of commitment? When making a powerful request, don't just act on what is important to you. Show courage and strength by taking into account that the interest of the client is to be your first priority. Do what is right by acting from principle instead of some other motivation. Champion those you can influence with your request. Your business will be around for many years. Do not sabotage it by making requests that do not make you look like the person of worth. Support your clients by your request. Find a noble way to break through the barriers that are impeding you from making an acceptable request. Make a smart request. Make a request that is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-oriented. Your request should not be too general, nebulous, or unclear. Clearly state what you are requesting and why you are making that request. Your request should be measurable. It should be no pie-in-the-sky request or something that makes your client think it is too good to be true. Do not procrastinate about your request. Procrastination is the thief of time and opportunities. Even a minute of procrastination can result in a lost opportunity. Your request should have a time requirement for its acceptance and fulfillment. You may choose to say that your request must be accepted within the next 24 hours or it will be withdrawn. However, you need to be very careful as you do this. Some clients might think you are bluffing or just putting pressure on them to accept your request. It is better that before you make your request, that you have covered all the necessary steps, including a check of the pulse of your client as to how ready that client might be for accepting your request.